excited. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you are so welcome. I'm very excited. I'm just trying to find the chat here. So if people want to participate in this conversation, they can definitely participate in this conversation. But I want to give a little context before we get this party started. Are you cool with that?
Absolutely.
Excellent. So Kassi and I met doing stand-up comedy because we both signed up for a stand-up comedy class. And I want to hear why you did first before I dive into mine. But Manhattan Comedy School, it was all women. Why did you sign up?
I have always wanted to do stand-up comedy, and I would always try to get like my ex-husband to do it or other people to do it. And then I realized I got divorced and I was like, well, I should do it.
Yeah, and why not? And it was a large class. There was probably like 16 of us.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
amazing. All women, a
it's
lot of
so cool.
just funny, fun, brilliant women.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. I signed up for multiple reasons, and I'll just give you two of them.
Yeah.
One is I've always been terrified of stand up. Like I've done improv, I've acted, I've done all those things. But there was something about like, what do you mean? I have to craft a joke and then I got to test that thing out. That for some reason was very intimidating for me. So I was like, well, screw it. I'm going to do it anyway.
You
And
were brilliant.
oh, well, I love you. Thank you. And the second piece was that I have clients all the time who are asking me how to incorporate humor into their presentations more. And there's some natural ways, there's things that I can help direct them in. There's a lot of how one connects with their audience and can speak on the fly and just kind of work extemporaneously, if you will. And then there's the crafting of the joke and testing that. And I wanted to kind of go through that process before I started telling people what I think they should do.
I love that. You were so brilliant. It seemed like you've been doing it for years.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
You also were brilliant and very funny. And I hope we get to do it again.
Yeah, I'm ready. I was just thinking today it's time. It's time to sign up for another stand-up class.
Let's do it. I would love that too. So for the people who are watching right now, Kassi and I, obviously we connected through this comedy class, but we're both entrepreneurs. We both are on totally different tracks, but Kassi has this really cool mastermind program that's coming up. I got to participate last week in a free 1 hour get to know Kassi, get to know a little bit more about that program. And I definitely got some nuggets of wisdom from that to share because I wrote them down. Look at me. I'm a good student.
You are such a good student.
I am. I wrote it on the back. Seth Godin, I have his calendar. And this was from the 11th, so I could write on the back of it. I recycled it, reduce, reuse. Yes. Okay.
Environmentally conscious too.
Tell me about your program. I want to hear about it.
So it's called Money Metaphysics for Maverick Women. It's a 6-month mastermind, and it's about revolutionizing your relationship with money and self-expression because the two are connected and linked. So it's for if you're a woman who's feeling really frustrated with the money that you're bringing in, or if you're feeling like, I know I could do better than this, or just like every month feeling like you don't have enough, feeling like you have to say no to things that you want to do because of money, or like maybe there's even things that you don't even let yourself dream of doing because you can't imagine having the amount of money that it would take to do that. First of all, that was me. I've been there, and I'm just somebody who really doesn't like limitation. I don't like to have to say no to experiences in my life. And yet I struggled with money hard until my 30s. And I made a decision when I was 33 to transform my relationship with money. That was 5 years ago. And during that time, I hit a point where I went from making $2,400 a month to $30,000 a month that part took about a little under a year, but I was able to get from $5,000 a month to 30 in 6 months. And so what I do now is I know how to teach money metaphysics because I had been teaching metaphysics, and I apply that to money. And I just teach you how to do it really quickly. I also have a business, and I have done a lot of work on my own business and like learning all the ways to do it easier and better with less time. So I'm about like freeing up your time, freeing up your energy, just having you have the life that you genuinely desire without having to say no to anything because of money. And I'm also really all about you truly seeing the numbers like increase in your bank account, because that is where the magic is. It's like, oh my gosh, it's undeniable. You will get to the point, if you decide to join this, where you did it and you actually created your financial desires. So the way that it works out is it's a 6-month program. It's all women. We meet once a week on Thursdays. One of the calls is a 2-hour coaching call where I will give you direct guidance about anything that you've got going on. I will save you money. I will save you time, steer you clear of the mistakes that I myself have made in the past. So I made the mistakes, so you don't have to. And then we also have a WhatsApp group, and those are always really happening. Like, there's a lot of activity in there. You can support one another, and you can also ask me questions throughout the week. So there's not really a time when you're not supported through this journey. You will have a rotating accountability partner so that you will truly do it. So if you're like worried that you won't be able to do what needs to be done, trust me, you're going to do it. I will make sure of it. And if you don't, I will notice and I will come for you.
I will find you.
I've got an eye on you. And then finally we conclude with a retreat in Tulum. And I've been running this program for 3 years. We have a lot of incredible alumni, some of whom will be coming back to teach trainings because they now have their own businesses. And then you will also be teaching a training on one of the Thursday calls. So you want to tell us about your training, Meredith, for the program?
Well, I'm big in helping people find their voice and share their stories and do it from a place of confidence. And so I also use improvisation because I have a background in improvisational theater to help people do that. And so we will have some fun. We will play games. We'll get outside of our comfort zones. We will start telling stories, and we'll have a blast. And so I'm very excited to pop into your mastermind and get people out of their heads and into their bodies more and telling some story.
Yes, so the women who've already signed up are super excited that you are going to be there. And I cannot wait.
I cannot wait either. Well, if people are watching and you want to ask Kassi or myself a question, please do. You can find Kassi see that handy dandy little QR code up in the upper left-hand corner. You can scan that, or you can just look her up, KassiUnderwood.com. And it's called the Maverick Mastermind. Am I right?
The Money Metaphysics for Maverick Women.
That's what I thought.
It's a mouthful.
Yes. So here's my notes I took. I'm going to share 3 things. And so I'm going to share the 3 things that you shared with us last week when you did your free Zoom or virtual training. And the first one was, in order to start attracting more money in your life, whether it be because you want to be able to do the things that you want, or maybe you want to start giving back more, but there's some reasons fundamentally that are in alignment with your values for why you want to be making more money. The first one was non-negotiable. The non-negotiables. So will you talk to me a little bit more about that first one, which is non-negotiable?
Yes, this is one of my favorite things to talk about. So a lot of times we'll have a desire for anything, but we're talking about money right now. And we'll have this like goal, or we'll have this want, and we'll talk about how we do in fact want this, but there's something in us that's like, but it's okay if we don't have it. Like, it's okay if it doesn't come. And what making it a non-negotiable does is it transforms your behavior. So if it's a non-negotiable that I make, like if you're making a decision to double your income by the end of the month, which is something that you can do, although I recommend increasing in like 50% increments, which will get you there, I think, faster and more pleasurably than doubling. But let's say that you want to double, you can do that. If you make it a non-negotiable, meaning that you make it your top priority, there's nothing else that is going to stand in the way of it. And like, trust me, when you're trying to transform your finances, stuff will come in the way. Like anything that normally would stand in the way of you achieving a goal, like suddenly your family needs you, suddenly you have, you sprain your ankle, or something is going to happen. 100%, you can count on something happening, and your job is to stay so laser focused that nothing can stop you. And when it's a non-negotiable, you will be unstoppable, because you're like, there is no possibility that this is not happening. You already have probably non-negotiables in your life. Like, some people wake up and meditate every morning, and that's a non-negotiable for them. So no matter what happens, dogs barking, babies crying, they're going to meditate in the morning. Some people always go to the gym. I'm not one of those people. I don't have a gym membership, but I hear people do that.
Me too. And I'm applauding you right now.
You know how to make a non-negotiable in your life. Maybe you always have coffee, and you wouldn't even get on the phone to have a conversation with someone in the morning before having your coffee. You know how to do this. It's about, can you apply that to money? Yes, you can. But it's about like coming back into that place. We get really comfortable in not having enough. If that's the way we've been living, it's a lot easier to just fall back into like, oh, I can't hold this vibration. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the non-negotiable. And then when we do have some of those obstacles that get in our way, instead of having that defeatist attitude, it's like, nope, this is non-negotiable. I'm going to figure it out. Like, you're never victim to anything is what I'm also hearing you say.
Yes. And those, it's very normal when we're in a money transformation, like especially when we're in like a real turning point where you could truly make a lot more than you've been used to, that we're going to have both external challenges and internal challenges. Most people have the same ones, and throughout the years have come up to that challenge and then just gone down the same path. And what we've been talking about in another one of my money programs recently is when you're at that moment, you will have to choose a new path. So if you tend to prioritize academics and right the moment where you're supposed to be prioritizing money-making activities, you will have to do something different and see where the chips fall. If you prioritize family suddenly needs you to drive them a bunch of places, but you have this stuff that you need to do for your own business. We tend to not even take our own businesses seriously sometimes. And it's like, if that were your 9-to-5 job, you wouldn't be like, oh yeah, sure, I'm available for that. And so like really creating this sense of like, I'm not going to be a victim to anything. I have a choice and I'm going to do it. I can put aside this 30 days or this 90 days where I'm going to say no to things that are really hard for me to say no to. And people might even be upset with me or not understand. And I'm going to create a new vibration. Because once you're there, you can maintain it. And it's not so hard. But it's like for that period of time, really holding sacred what it is that you're desiring and not letting anything internally or externally stop you.
I love it. I love it. The non-negotiables, people, you heard it here. So if you have any questions about non-negotiables and how Kassi can help you with that, let us know in the chat. Yes. Okay. And then the second one was embody. So talk to me about embodiment.
Okay. There's two ways to embody. And one is that if you are an entrepreneur or you're a coach or you're a healer, I work with a lot of creatives, healers, and folks like that who we have been really taught that we're not like meant to make a lot of money. That's kind of like the mindset that we have been imbued with from oftentimes an early age and from all sorts of pop culture and even our community messaging when I was and I still am in creative circles, but it was like cool to be broke, or you were like a really good person if you didn't make money, if you're in a spiritual or healing community. And so what the number one thing that you need to do in terms of embodiment is make sure that you are being whatever it is that you are offering. If you are an interior designer, are you being your brand? Are you completely embodying what it is? Are you wearing, an outfit that like matches what you would design for people? Have you created your who you are in this context? So really embodying it, practicing what you preach, and people can feel and sense that. It's very magnetic. The other thing that you want to embody is actual value. So If you are going to increase your rates, for example, or if you're wanting to find a job or where you'll be paid more, or if you want to ask for a raise in your own business, which I've worked with plenty of women who have more than doubled their salary in the same job by doing this work. That you want to embody value, which means investing in yourself, investing in your own well-being. We tend to like put ourselves last, where maybe it would really be helpful for you to have a house cleaner, or maybe it would be really helpful, or you would feel really good if you got your nails done or got your hair done. Those kinds of things, treating yourself as valuable, or your spiritual well-being. Are you investing your time in a meditation practice? Are you investing in a coach and somebody to support you where you need it? Like truly investing in yourself in all of the ways where you treat yourself as valuable. And when you're radiating that, you will really easily command money and feel as that you will feel more confident in even asking for more.
I love all of that. These are nuggets. I hope people are watching and listening. Okay, and this last one is, and I love this one too, which is being in a service mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us about that.
Yes. Okay. So a lot of folks, when they're on the money journey, and I've been working with people around this for a long time, so I can feel people's energy shift. And when people are going on the journey of making more and wanting to increase substantially their income, we can fall into a get mode. And it does take, and it's tricky, because when you are becoming somebody who commands more money for what you do and what you offer, you need confidence. And sometimes that confidence can skew like cocky, and I'm all about cocky, but I'm all about be cocky, but in kind of like a self-righteous or like negative way, where it's like give me, and like an entitlement. And entitlement sends money away from you. It's already a feeling of people owe me, and that owing goes in and it goes out. And because remember, if you're thinking people owe me, then you're already feeling that you don't have something already.
Yeah.
So you're starting from the energy of not having. If you can come from a place of service, of truly like, what is it that I offer? Whether you have a 9-to-5 job or whether you have your own business, what is it that I offer? And how is this truly going to benefit someone's life? Truly thinking through, when people come to you, how is this going to change their life in real and tangible ways? And when you come from that place, then just truly giving, and nobody's doing you we can also go to this place where we'll be like, people are doing me a favor by getting on a call with me. No. Like, you're being of service to them. You have something that they are desiring, and let that also guide you when it comes to that moment where you have to say, you've taken them through a call with you, or you have been working with them, and then you actually invite them to work with you. Some people leave that part out, and it's like, no, like that's the part where you like invite them to work with you, because you can do a lot more for them if they have 3 months or 6 months with you, or hire you, than for that hour that you're going to spend just like talking to them. Like, truly give them the buffet. This is an appetizer. Offer them the whole meal.
Give them the whole meal. Well, yeah. I also feel like it's not about you. They're not hiring you. They're hiring the transformation that you're going to be able to provide them.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's the other piece, is like taking yourself out of it and just really like being the channel for whatever it is that you are offering people.
Wonderful. So thank you for those 3 nuggets, because I think those are going to help people out tremendously, because I think there's a lot of wisdom in it, and it's all it's mindset and energy.
It is. That is truly like 80. I say it's 80% metaphysical and 20% practical. Most people are either very comfortable in the inner work phase of like changing mindset, changing, metaphysics, releasing fear, whatever you do to transform that. And I have a process I teach on that. And then some people are really comfortable in the action taking phase, where they're just like going out and like, reaching out to a million people. But we have to do both. or it doesn't work. Like, I've seen a lot of people get stuck because they're sitting on the meditation cushion instead of going and reaching out to people, or people just reaching out to a gazillion people, but, doing a ton of reach outs, but not actually transforming their mindset and their inner world around it, releasing their fears, their limiting beliefs. And when we bring those two together, that's when the magic happens.
I love it so much. I love it. So when does your mastermind program start?
It starts on February 15th.
Okay.
If somebody wants to join now, I'm already running a program called Crazy Easy Business, and we are inviting people in so that you will get basically an extra month. So if you decided to join the mastermind today, we would bring you into this program. The women in there are so welcoming. It's an amazing experience. You will already be paired with people for accountability partnership, and you'll get calls with me once a week. So it doesn't officially start until February 15th, but I'm happy to bring you into Crazy Easy Business early. And so you can already start to get results and see your bank account change.
That's awesome. So if people want to get in touch with Kassi right now, you can click on that QR code, or scan that QR code, I should say. And then KassiUnderwood.com is where you can find her in her programs. And Kassi, so I get to work with you, which I'm very excited about, and I get to work in this program. And so for those who are watching who don't know me, I'm Meredith, and I have a coaching program where I am supporting people to become more confident and credible speakers. So whether that means that you're getting on stages, or you want to get on stages, or you are delivering presentations within your company and you want to get better at it because perhaps you want to elevate in your career. I help people all across the board. I work with a lot of technical people as well. And right now I have an Accelerator program that's happening next week. It starts next week. It starts on January 22nd. It's every Monday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time. And we have 6 weeks together. You can come with no idea, and you're going to leave with a presentation that's recorded and performed in front of an invite-only audience. So yes, you will get out of your comfort zone, and you will transform yourself from somebody who was like, maybe I'm not so sure with this or about this, to being able to confidently deliver something. And so I hope that you will check. I'll give you here's my handy QR code. Oh, technology.
This is so cool.
Isn't this cool? Look how that's switched up there.
And your program sounds amazing.
Thank you.
I'm going to tell everybody.
Please tell everybody.
I will.
I still have a few slots open. I would really love to have it filled up. So please scan that code. I also have here. Oh, this is a better one. Look, it's big. Look how big that is. So go ahead, scan away. Look at me taking the time so that you can pull out your phones.
This is so good. What's something, do you have like a cool story of somebody who's like come in and had like a transformation in their speaking, like people who are like somebody who's maybe like really scared?
Yeah, I have a couple of them, but because Tina, who I love, and I always give her a shout out, and she's just one of the most positive people on the planet. And I feel I'm going to bring her up too, because there's a difference. There's people who will come into my program expecting special sauce, but they're not really doing the work. So it's really the people who do the work. They genuinely want to become better at speaking. And Tina is an amazing human being who came in with the right attitude. And because she came in with the right attitude, she has grown tremendously. She went to not having been on stages to last year. I think she gave 2 live talks. She did a book launch and gave a talk. She got up on a Speak stage where I'm a channel partner and also a producer for Speak. She got on their stage. She's been on, I think at this point, she's been on over 100 podcasts.
Oh my God.
Like, she's on fire. And so she's one example. And then I have people who are in my Confidently Speaking group coaching program, which is improv for speakers, who've been in there for going on 2.5 years now. And it's a really supportive group where you just get to make mistakes and grow from the mistakes, because in my mind, a mistake is a gift. You can learn from it. And she's done great. And so have other people that I've worked with in that program and who have worked with me one-on-one and who have done the work.
That is incredible. 100 podcasts.
I know. So cool.
Oh my gosh. That is wild. Did you help her come up with her content or her story?
So what happens is you might have a seed of an idea,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to help you. I'm going to write that talk alongside you. I'm going to give you ideas. I'm going to help you with your hook or your story. We're going to find stories that are in alignment with what you value, because I feel like that's very important. We're going to find stories that are going to best serve your audience. So it's a lot of fun.
I know so many people who would love to do this. So many women who
Amazing.
want to get on stage. I'm going to tell them about this.
Please do, because we start on Monday.
Wow. So it's a group course.
It's a
for
group
6 weeks.
course. 6 weeks.
Come with no idea, leave with a whole presentation.
Come with no idea, leave with a presentation.
Wow.
Yep. Amazing.
Amazing.
Kassi, you're awesome.
You're awesome.
Thank you for taking the time to come hang out, talk about your stuff with me.
It is my
Moving
pleasure
and grooving in
to be here.
2024. I wish we had music.
Yes, we've got music in our minds. The
We
only place
do.
it matters.
We have music in our minds. So please, if you're not already following Kassi, please connect with her on LinkedIn. Please connect with her on Instagram, Facebook. Are you on YouTube?
I do have a YouTube channel. I couldn't tell you what my team handles that. We haven't fully gone out there yet. I'm mainly on Instagram, and I check my Facebook messages and my LinkedIn messages too. So yeah, but yes, I do have. If you just search Kassi Underwood on YouTube, you can find like old trainings I've given, including ones on money. So check it out.
Amazing. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks, Meredith. See you. Bye, everybody.